everyone, and welcome to Das Kahaniyaan. Today, we're talking to Chinmaya Panda, who is an internationally acclaimed self-taught artist. His mastery and talent are hard to miss once one witnesses his powerful work. The subject of his art is often the beauty of our very own nation, portrayed through animals, people, villages, and devotees. Among the many accolades he has earned, he is the recipient of the Masters Award at National Watercolour Society, USA, and an exhibitor at the Royal Institute of Painters and Watercolours in the UK. Today, we are in conversation with him, tracing his journey of growth and self-discovery. Hi, Chinmay. Thank you and welcome to Das Kahaniyaan. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Janvi, for inviting me, and thank you, Sheila, for hosting this show.
So, Chinmay, if you can tell us, how did this journey with art start for you?
I started actually drawing when I was like 4 years old. So, and I continued till class 9th, like till I was 14. And when I entered into 10th grade, so as we know, our Indian parents, they asked me to focus more on studies because I was good at studies as well. So I pursued my like plus two, and then I went for engineering. Like I did my BTech in chemical engineering. So when I was in third year, like after ending my sixth semester, we went for an industrial visit, like industrial training at Nalco, Damanjodi. And that training was, I think, for a period of 30 days or something. So after maybe 20-25 days, I got a feeling like, because till that point of time we were only doing lab works and all. We had no idea what we were about to do after we passed, like after we finish our engineering. So there we realized, like I realized that I have to do this kind of work for the next 40 years. So I thought this is not my cup of tea, and then I decided that I should maybe try and pursue the thing which I was really passionate about since childhood. So although I stopped, I didn't touch I didn't pick the brush for the like 6 years for 6 years. But then after engineering third, like when I came back from that trip, I decided that I want to pursue this. And then I picked up my brush again, and then I started painting. And slowly, I entered into exhibitions, and then even I got selected and invited from many international exhibitions, including US, Belgium, China, or most of the Europe also.
Nice. No, sounds like an interesting journey. So, why watercolors? What got you interested in this medium?
I liked all mediums, but watercolor has been like kind of my favorite. Watercolor is considered as the most challenging medium because once you do something, you just can't go back. For example, in oils or acrylics, you have painted a dark background, so you can put white opaque paint over it. But in watercolor, you can't do that. So that is why it is considered as the most challenging or the most difficult medium in art. And second thing, I really like the qualities like transparency and the flow of watercolor. So it has its own magic, which no other medium has. So that is why watercolor has been my first love.
That sounds very interesting. I mean, the fact that you want to challenge yourself and you want to do something that is magical, I think sounds very nice. And over time, so you've been painting, like you said, since you were very young. So over time, how do you think your skills have evolved as an artist?
Okay, professionally, I have been painting since 2011 after completing my BTech. So when I started my journey, I would say I was a very hyper realism artist. Like I was going into too much details. But later I realized that art is not about getting into too much details, especially throughout the whole painting. there is a focal point, or the focal point means where we want our viewers eye to reach, or where we want the story, like where we want our the main stories or the main dishes. So there, of course, we can do all those details, but the rest of the part can be a little playful and abstract. So
Mhm.
uh, now I consider myself as a realism artist. So my career has started from hyperrealism and then it shifted towards realism.
Hmm. Okay. You know, 10 years, and in the last 2 years, COVID would have had a substantial effect on the work that you're doing, or the kind of, maybe the kind of paintings that you're doing. So, what effect has COVID has had on your journey at all?
I think COVID has affected almost every one of our lives. But as an artist, I felt that COVID has stopped us from going outside and painting outdoor paintings like landscapes
Hmm.
for some restrictions. But apart from that, it has also, opened some new opportunities for us. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for example, in the last 1 year, in fact, I have opened, like I have started to new startups where you can create your own portraits by just giving your photos.
Mm-hmm.
And also I'm
Okay.
launching a new brand this October or
Mm-hmm.
early November. So our intention is to provide highest quality art materials, which are German made
Mm.
and at the best competitive prices in Indian market. So I think behind, in every difficult situation, there lies an opportunity. So if you can use it, then
So you've
it's
really
up to
looked
you
at this
how you.
entire time. You've really
Yes,
looked
yes,
at this entire time as an opportunity.
yes, of course.
Got it. I mean, your journey does sound very fascinating. The way that you evolved as an artist, the way that, you went away from it and then decided to come back. Uh, for somebody who is a young painter who is just starting out, on
Yes.
their professional journey, or is interested in taking up art and painting professionally, what would your message be?
Okay, first thing I would say that to all the youngsters who are beginning, who are just stepping into art, that stay away from social media. Like if I see many youngsters, they put too much time in Instagram and Facebook. So I would encourage them to learn more techniques and spend more time on practice. Of course, social media has its advantages, but not in early stages. Like in early stages, actually it can have a negative impact in your growth. Uh, and the second thing I would suggest that always afford the best quality materials. Like always get or always buy the best quality materials that you can afford. Because the Indian brands, if you are just doing it for practice, I think all the Indian brands would serve the purpose. But if you are exhibiting somewhere or selling your artworks, then using good quality brands has an impact over the life of an artwork.
So, thank you, Chinmay. I think, that's very sage advice to give to a youngster who is just starting out on their journey. And I'm sure it will help them in taking decisions on how it is that they want to grow in the work that they want to do. So, thank you, Chinmay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me for this interview.